shoot. I just sat through War of the Worlds. The 2025 version, that is. Not to be confused with what Steven Spielberg did 20 years ago. This is another attempt to adapt the same story by H.G. Wells, and this stars Ice Cube. Like, why would you want the star of your movie to just be frozen water? Ice Cube plays a computer security analyst working for the US government. You heard me. And he finds his daily life disrupted by an alien attack. Ooh. Accustomed to dealing with virtual threats, his struggle extends to secrets the government may be hiding. Now, you can kind of gather from my tone so far that I'm not very excited to discuss this movie, because it sucked. This movie was atrocious for a bevy of reasons. And honestly, if you've never heard of War of the Worlds, if you've never heard this story, if you've never seen an adaptation of this story, you might think that this is kind of neat-ish. The aliens are decent enough designs. The direction makes it seem like it's a Gareth Edwards-like style, where humans are looking up and the aliens just seem monstrous. But here's the thing. This adaptation of War of the Worlds does not work at all. You guys ever heard of this movie, Searching? Pretty damn good movie, right? Pretty underrated. Not a lot of people discuss this movie anymore, but I can honestly sit here and say that the style that Searching has is almost revolutionary, just in how you can make movies. And this came out before COVID hit. War of the Worlds repeats the Searching style to drastically... Oh my god. Like, what is stopping this man from just leaving the office when aliens attack? Some of you might be in the comments, I don't care, I'm gonna spoil because you should not sit through this. Some of you in the comments might defend this and say, oh man, but it was locked. He couldn't power his way out. Listen, I think me and Ice Cube are both pretty big dudes. If the door is locked and an alien attack is going on, I'm gonna do whatever I can to just bust through that thing. No matter how many times I try, my life matters more. I'm not just gonna sit in the room and just wait and hack the computer to try and get into the alien psyche. At least that's what I think he was trying to do. And while I'm on the topic of Ice Cube, I mean, he can be entertaining. I mean, he was a rapper before he was ever an actor. But I think that this casting choice here is one of the most misguided, failed casting choices I've ever seen in my life. And it's not necessarily just because of the fact that it's Ice Cube in this role. I think just his delivery and everything that he's doing, it makes it feel like it's a comedy. The tonal shifts in the performance are just so drastically different from the subject matter. And I think part of that falls on the direction, which honestly, to my knowledge, this is a debut feature film for this guy. But I did some research, and this guy, Rich Lee, is mainly known for directing music videos. And boy, with how this movie is edited, you can tell. Lots of quick little cuts between two different things. Oh, we're on this alien for more than 5 seconds? Nope, we gotta cut to Ice Cube looking befuddled. Oh, his daughter has a knife lodged in her leg while she's pregnant? Nope, we gotta cut to her boyfriend, who's played by the older brother from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's kind of random that I knew that. Gotta cut to him looking panicked. Can't stay on the blood for too long. Like, it's some of the most... I mean, this editing style probably works in music videos. This guy apparently worked with a lot of big artists like Eminem, Maroon 5, The Black Eyed Peas. When you're making a feature-length film, this editing style does not work. And also, I have a question for you. How do you have a big-name talent like Eva Longoria and basically not show her face at all? Like, almost not at all. Now, part of me understands Ice Cube is the man on the poster. This is his movie. It's his story. But a lot of his delivery, again, it made me laugh, for sure. And it's not like an Anaconda-style laugh where you can kind of be entertained by it. I was kind of over the shtick for a little bit. But, like, maybe Eva Longoria needed to put a kid through college or something, and so that's why she took this film. But they gave her basically next to nothing. Dear God, like, as soon as the first government meeting happened in this thing, I was very easily able to predict who the villain was, and it should come as nobody's surprise. It is a mole embedded inside the government, and the villain reveal cliche is so goddamn played out, and it leads to probably one of the stupidest climaxes I think I've ever seen. Jesus Christ, this movie was so hell-bent on staying contained within its own little bubble. And I'm just convinced that this movie was meant to be more of a gimmick than tell a story. Ice Cube, locked in a room, War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells, We're gonna make something out of this. And sweet goodness. Like, dare I mention the product placement? This movie came out on Amazon Prime. The boyfriend character is an Amazon truck driver. For f***'s sake, do not do that ever again. I mean, could you be any more blatantly obvious? Now, some people might reply to me in the comments and say that this is a so bad it's good type of movie. And with Ice Cube's involvement and with how many of those that he has done throughout his career, I mean, I don't even know if I can see that argument at this point. Because this movie was so insanely bad. Like, one of the worst movies of 2025. It might be one of the worst movies I've seen so far this decade. This film and this studio should be absolutely ashamed of itself. It makes you wonder whether you want peace in this War of the Worlds to begin with. Why would you even want this War of the Worlds anyway? In case you haven't guessed, I'm giving War of the Worlds 2025 a big F. And that F does not stand for the future of delivery like it mentions the Amazon drone in this. Which again is just so ungodly stupid. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Tap on that thumbs up as well. Do you think this is the worst movie of 2025 that you've seen if you've managed to sat through it and survive it? I love getting in front of this camera, talking all things movies and entertainment with you on the regular. Y'all are the best, my friends. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.